Hi everyone, welcome to VR Computer Education. Today class 10. So today class we are going to learn about very important topic, that is input and output of devices of computer. Input and output devices of computer. First we'll see what is input device. What is the definition of input device? Input device is an electromechanical device which is used to give input. So input means data or information, and to translate input into binary code. See, input device is an electromechanical device, so which is used to give input and to translate input into binary code. So why we need to translate? Because whatever input we are giving, that will give in a English format or Telugu or Hindi, any different language. So computer understands only one language, that is binary language. So nothing but binary code contains only two digits, that is 0 or 1. So whatever input we are giving, and that input is converted into binary code by input devices. So what are the input devices? Keyboard, pointing devices, scanner, voice recognition system, touch screen, vision input system. So these are the some of the input devices. So let us discuss one by one input device. First, keyboard. So it is a primary input device which is used to give input to the computer. So keyboard is a primary, mandatory and compulsory input device which is used to give input to the computer. The layout of keyboard is similar to typewriter. The layout, it looks layout like a typewriter, but it is not a typewriter. The standard keyboard contains 84 to 101 keys. The Windows keyboard contains up to 108 keys. A standard keyboard, normal keyboard contains 84 to 101 keys, and the Windows keyboard, so what is the specialty of Windows keyboard? It contains multimedia keys, means some additional keys like Internet Explorer or audio, mute, unmute, fast forward, like additional keys we'll get on the keyboard. So that keyboard contains 108 keys. Next, what are the parts of keyboard? So typing keys or alphabets and digits, functional keys from F1 to F12, numeric keys, 17 numeric keys we have, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, numlock, multiplication, division, minus, subtraction, addition and enter key will have. So those are 17 keys. Next, control keys, 4 arrow keys or control keys, and the special keys cap lock, space bar, shift key, etc. And the longest key in the keyboard is space bar. So keyboard connectors are PS by 2. This is PS by 2. It's a 6-pin connector, blue color you can see. Next, USB. So USB connector is like this, and the wireless, so without wire, a small adapter will be there with this connected with the Bluetooth, right? With the Bluetooth, keyboard and mouse are connected, and this is what wireless keyboard. So this is about keyboard. Next, input devices, the pointing devices. So what is pointing device? Pointing devices are the input devices which is used to control the movement of the pointer. See, movement of the pointer. See, this is the pointer, how it is moving, arrow pointer. Pointing devices are the input devices which is used to control the movement of the pointer and to select the icons on a display screen. What are the icons? To select those icons on the display screen, we use this pointing devices. Here we have some of the pointing devices: mouse, joystick, light pen and trackball. Let us see one by one. First, Mouse. Then this is the mouse, USB mouse. It is a primary input device which is used to give input to the computer. It was invented by Douglas Engelbart in the year 1963. It is the most popular pointing device which is used to move cursor to a specific point on the screen. Next, it consists two buttons, that is left button and right button. So to open icon, double click left button. So to open any icon, we double click the left button. Some mouse contains scroll button also, which is used to move up down. So some here you can see the scroller for this mouse, and this is the scroller. Mouse connectors are same PS by 2, USB and wireless mouse. You can see one small adapter. So with this adapter, mouse will work wirelessly using Bluetooth. So this is about mouse. Next, joystick. So this is joystick. It is a pointing device which is used to move cursor to specific point on the screen. It contains a stick having a spherical balls at its both lower up and upper ends. See, upper end you have red color, that is a spherical ball. In the same way, the lower also will contain one other spherical ball. The lower spherical ball move in a socket. The joystick can be moved in 4 directions. So it will move in a 4 directions. Next, light pen. It is a pointing device which is used to select menu items or draw pictures on the monitor screen. It contains photocell in a small tube. So this is light pen. Next, trackball. So trackball, you can see it is a pointing device which is mostly used in laptops instead of mouse. By moving fingers on the ball, the pointer can be moved. See, for laptops, under the laptop, this pointing device is arranged. When our finger moves, so cursor will move on the screen. Next, scanners. So up to now we have discussed about keyboard, mouse, keyboard pointing devices. The next topic is in input devices, scanners. So a scanner is an electronic device that scans printed or handwritten text documents. So it will scan a printed or handwritten text documents, images or certain objects and converts them into a digital file format. Most of the scanners available in the market use CCD, that is charge coupled device. CCD means charge coupled device, or CIS, contact image sensor, as image sensors. So most of the scanners available in the market uses CCD or CIS image scanners. So to scan image, these two technologies may be used: charge coupled device or contact image sensor. Scanner is also used to convert hard copy into soft copy. Next, here we have some types of scanners: flatbed scanner, sheet fed scanner, handheld scanner, OCR, OMR, BCR, MICR. So these are the some types of scanners. Let us see one by one. Flatbed scanner. A flatbed scanner is made up of a glass pan and a moving optical. The pan is illuminated with the help of bright light placed underneath it. The scanner and source of light moves across the glass pane to scan the document and produces its digital copy. See, you can see you have a flat bed scanner. The top you have a glass pan. Under that you have one light. So when you place an object on the scanner, the light moves from starting to ending to scan the document and produces its digital copy that is saved in the computer. Next, sheet fed scanner. In this type of scanner, the document is fed into the horizontal or vertical slot provided in it. The important components of sheet fed scanner is sheet feder, scanning module, and calibration sheet. These are the important components. In flatbed scanners, sensor and source of light will move across the glass pan to scan, but in this sheet fed scanner they are stationary, means they will not move. See, in the flatbed scanner we will place the document on that glass, the light and sensor will move and it will scan, but in sheet fed scanner paper will move instead of that. That is what, instead of moving sensor and source of light, the document moves through the scanner. These scanners cannot scan thick objects like books, cards, etc. So this is the drawback for this sheet fed scanner. You can see sheet fed scanner. So paper will move from top to bottom instead of light and sensor. This is sheet fed scanner. Next, handheld scanner. In the name itself we have the scanner will held on the hand. A handheld scanner is a small manual scanning device which is moved over the object that needs to be scanned. In flatbed and sheet fed scanners, you put the document that is to be scanned inside the device. In contrast, in this case, in the case of handheld scanner, you have to drag it over the document that is to be scanned. One of the most utilized handheld scanner is barcode scanner, typically used in shopping stores to evaluate goods. So in flatbed scanner, what happens? We'll place a document and the light and sensor will move and its digital copy is stored in the computer. In sheet fed scanner, instead of light and sensor, sheet will move, but here sheet will not move and the light and sensor will not come. With our hand we have to drag on the document. Example, you can see barcode scanner. Next, OCR, that is optical character recognition or optical character reader. This technology was originally designed to recognize the printed text. So to recognize and verify handwritten text also. For example, postal services use OCR software to automatically process letters and packages based on the address. So mainly these are used for postal services. So what it is doing, it is a printed text it will recognize, and handwritten text also it will recognize. So you can see the image of OCR. Next, OMR, that is optical mark recognition. It is a process of capturing human marked data from document forms. They are used to read multiple choice examination paper in the form of lines or shaded areas. So OMR sheets. So we'll write some competitive exams. We'll give a OMR sheet. We will bubble on that. So those bubbles are evaluated using this OMR scanner. Next, BCR, well known barcode reader, is an optical scanner that can read printed barcodes and can decode the data contained in the barcode and sends the data to the computer. Next, this is very important, MICR, is magnetic ink character reader. That is magnetic ink character reader. It is a character recognition technology used mainly by the banks for quick processing and clearance of checks and other documents. So mainly used this in banks for clearing of checks and other documents. And this is MICR, magnetic ink character reader. So these are about scanners. Next, voice recognition system. Nowadays we are giving input voice also. So it is also called as speech recognition. It is a computer software or hardware device which with the ability to decode the human voice. It is commonly used to operate a device, perform commands, or write without using a keyboard, mouse, or press any buttons. It contains ADC, that is analog to digital converter, which is used to translate the analog waves of human voice into digital data. See, you can see the image. See, now when we want to search something in the YouTube, we'll open a microphone and we'll speak something, and it will listen, and it will search, and it will display on the screen. So like that, voice searching how we make, that is only example for voice recognition system. So human voice, which is in analog form, and that is converted into digital form. How? It contains ADC, that is analog to digital converter. Next, after voice recognition system, next touch screen. So touch screen computers, a smartphone is also a touch screen, tab also a touch screen, like that. Now we are getting computer touch screen monitors. So a touch screen is an input device which is placed on computer display screen. When a user touches by fingers or stylus, it registers the event and sends it to a controller for processing. A touch screen may contain pictures or words that the user touch to interact with the device. You can see the image. So instead of using mouse or keyboard, directly you can touch with your fingers to access the computer. Next, vision input system. So nowadays most popular vision input system, that is CC camera. Vision means some video which is able to see. A vision input system allows a computer to accept input by seeing an object. See, by seeing an object which is recorded, example CCTV camera. A computer with a vision input device consists of a camera and follows the following steps to recognize an given object. First one, it focuses the camera on the object to capture. Next, the camera captures the object and creates a digital image and stores in the computer. Next, the computer matches the image with a similar found pre-stored images. Next, the computer takes an appropriate action depending on match. See, CCTV is one example, and face recognition system. Nowadays in phones also we are getting face recognition system. So from the face, some points are captured and stored by the phone camera. When you want to open the lock, you'll keep on the face. So those points, if matched, your mobile will open. So like that, this process will happen in vision input system. Next, output devices. So here the definition of output devices. Output device is an electromechanical device or electronic device which is used to view information or output. So here we have some types of output devices. They are monitor, printers, sound cards, and speakers. So output device is an electromechanical or electronic device. So what is the use of output device? Which is used to view information or output. So here we have some types of output devices like monitor, printers, sound cards, and speakers. Let us see one by one. First, monitors. It is a primary and the most popular output device, which is also called as VDU, Visual Display Unit. VDU means Visual Display Unit. It forms images from tiny dots called as pixels that are arranged in a rectangular form. If you see the screen of your TV or some screens, you can see close look, you can see the rectangular dots. So those dots will join to form an image. Here we have some types of monitors based on the technology. They are CRT, cathode ray tube, LCD, liquid crystal display, LED, light emitting diode. So first, CRT, that is cathode ray tube. It uses CRT technology. It looks similar like television screen, but here CRT is a cathode ray tube, is a basically vacuum tube containing an electron gun at one end and a fluorescent screen at another end. See here, this is CRT monitor, and you can see the fluorescent the screen side, and this it looks like a gun containing electron gun at one end, and one end this is electron gun at one end, and this is the fluorescent screen at another end. These monitors mostly found in some organizations, office, etc. But many of them have stopped using because they are heavy, costly, and occupy a lot of table space and consume more power. So that is the reason nowadays stopped using these type of monitors. Next, LCD, that is liquid crystal display. LCD monitors uses most advanced technology, that is it uses CCFL, cold cathode fluorescent. It contains layer of color or monochrome pixels which are arranged semantically between a couple of transparent electrodes and two polarizing filters. The advantage of LCD monitors are they are compact size, which makes a lightweight. They also consume less power than CRT monitors. So you can see the diagram of LCD. As a backlight, they'll use CCFL lamps. See, these are CCFL, cold cathode fluorescent lamp at backside. So that's why you'll get that much brightness on the screen. Next, LED, that is light emitting diode. See, these monitors are the latest type monitors in the market. These are the flat panel or slightly curved monitors. It uses light emitting diodes for backlight. These monitors consume very less power than CRT and LCD monitors. The advantage of LED monitors are they produce image with higher contrast, having less negative environmental impact. So higher image contrast. So here it is because of using LED, you get more brightness on the screen. And this is the model of LED. It uses LED lights as a backlight, and that uses CCFL, that is cold cathode fluorescent, and here light emitting diodes. You can see a chain of LED lights. Next, printers, most important. Printers are the most popular output devices which is used to convert soft copy into hard copy. Printers are classified into two types: impact printers, non-impact printers. So printer will convert hard copy into, soft copy into hard copy. So two types of printers: impact printers and non-impact printers. First, impact printers. These printers are establish a physical contact between printer head ribbon cartridge while printing. These printers are called a noisy printers. So they will make sound while printing. That's why they are called impact printers. Here we have some types of printers, impact printers: dot matrix, line matrix, point of scale. So here what is dot matrix? Impact printers. And this is the dot matrix printer you can see on the screen. No, it is an impact printer, also called as character printer, which prints one character at a time. It is an impact printer, also called as character printer, which prints one character at a time. These printers form characters and all kinds of images as pattern of dots. You can see dots like this, they will convert into words. So now just you see the demo of in dot matrix. It is called impact printer. I said they will make sound while printing. See, while printing, they'll make sound like this. How the sound, why the sound is getting? Because they are touching the print head, paper, and physical contact data printer cartridge. That's why they'll make sound while printing. That's why they are called impact printers. Means they will make sound while printing. See, like this we'll get sound and output will be in the form of like this dot dot dot. This is dot matrix. Next, this is line matrix printer. It is an impact printer which prints one line of text at a time. See, line matrix printer will print one line of text at a time. This printer required continuous feed of paper. This printer is still using in some business because they are low in cost and have the ability to print multiple forms. See the demo of line matrix. These are also making sound and required continuous paper feed, like that continuous paper feeding is required for line matrix. See, sound also will get while printing. So that is line matrix. Next, point of scale POS is another example for impact printer. This is called receipt printer. You can see in the supermarkets. It is an impact printer, also called receipt printer. This printer is mainly used in retail environments to print credit card or debit card slips. If we make any transactions using credit or debit card, we'll get one slip. Right. That is also example for POS, point of scale. It is a thermal printer, works with wax or heating. Wax paper will call, that is heated and printed. Just you see the demo of that point of scale. See, you get sound also like this for point of scale. You can print the slips like this. Nowadays in buses, conductors also using this type of printers. They'll give tickets. So this is about point of scale. Next, non-impact printers. So in the name itself here, they will not make any established physical contact between printer head, ribbon, cartridge while printing. These printers are not noisy printers. Example, inkjet, laserjet. Inkjet printers are character printers and non-impact printers. They form characters and images by spraying small drops of ink on a paper. So they will spray small drops of ink on a paper. And the printer head of an inkjet printer contains up to 64 tiny nozzles. So printer head contains some 64 tiny nozzles, holes. So the inkjet printer produce printed output as a pattern of tiny dots. These printers can print any shape of characters. It produce high quality output than dot matrix. Can see the image of inkjet printer. Next, laser printer. It is a non-impact printer, also called as page printer, and that is called character printer, and this is called page printer because it prints one page at a time. The main components of a laser printer are laser beam, multi-sided mirror, photoconductive drum, and toner. So these are the main parts of that laser jet printer. Laser jet printer can print any character or images. It prints very faster compared with other printers. It can print 4 to 12 pages per minute. Laser printers are more expensive than other types of printers. So these printers will print very fastly. Just you are seeing 4 to 12 pages per minute. And these are more expensive printers also. This is the image of laser jet. So next, this is about printers. Next, output device, that is speakers. It is an output device which is used to produce audio output that can be heard by the listener. So you know very well speakers will give the audio output. It is a transducer, means converts electromagnetic waves into sound waves. So what are the input? Electromagnetic waves are given input and they are converted into sound waves. Speakers receive audio input from a device such as computer or any audio receiver. This input may be either in analog or digital form. The analog speaker simply amplify the analog electromagnetic waves into sound waves. So it will convert from analog to sound waves. And the digital speakers must first convert the digital input to analog signal, then analog signal to sound waves. See here the difference. The input may be either in analog or digital form. See, the analog speakers simply amplify the analog electromagnetic waves into sound waves. But digital speakers must first convert into analog signals and that analog signals into sound waves. Two methods they have to follow. And the sound produced by speaker is defined in two methods, that is frequency and amplitude. You can see the image of speakers like this: 1 2 3 4. Some are 4, some contains 2, right? Those are called channels: 4.1 channel or 2.1 channel. So 2 speakers, 1 woofer, like that. 4.1 means 4 speakers, 1 woofer. Okay, let us see what is frequency and what is amplitude. Here frequency, the frequency determines high or low pitch of the sound. Is a speaker system will produce good and clear audio frequencies. Next, a speaker system contains multiple speakers for different frequency ranges. See, a frequency means what? High or low pitch of the sound is. So how the speakers are producing the sound, high sound or low sound. A speaker system will produce good and clear audio frequencies. So many systems will say we have home theater. It contains multiple speakers. That only we are speaking. Some speaker system contains multiple speakers for different frequencies. So in that, if we have like these two speakers, one speaker will play music, another speaker will play song, like that. So they will share the frequencies. That is only we have in the frequencies, which helps to produce more accurate sound for each range. So two-way speakers contains tweeters. You can say 2 tweeters and 1 mid-range speaker, while three-way speakers contains a tweeter and mid-range speaker and subwoofers. You can see 2 tweeters, 1 mid-range and another subwoofers. So different speakers will play different frequencies. That's why we'll get good and clarity sound. So this is about frequency. Next, amplitude. Amplitude means it is also called as loudness, which determines the change in air pressure created by the speaker sound waves. See, why we use amplitude means to increase the sound. See, the speakers, if we are getting very low voice, so to increase that voice we use amplitude, right? See, that only we are going to discuss now. When we increase the sound, there are actually increasing the air pressure of the sound wave they produce. The signal produced by some audio sources are not very high, so it may be needed amplified. To amplify we need to use electricity. So like that, using electricity and amplifier we are going to increase. See, some audio sources are not very high, they will not produce very high voice. So to produce a high voice, additional amplification is required. So amplifiers are used and increased. So if you are using amplifier, definitely we have to use electricity also. This is called amplitude. So this next is sound card. It is an audio device or sound board or audio card. A sound card is an expansion card or integrated circuit. IC means integrated circuit for producing sound on a computer, which can be heard through speakers or headphones. So why we use the sound card? If computer does not contain sound card, if your computer not getting sound card, an additional sound card is arranged on the motherboard as an expansion card on the expansion slot. So motherboard contains expansion slot. On the expansion slot we will insert this expansion card. See, if we are not getting a plug point, we will use extension box. In the same way, if sound is not getting properly, we will use expansion sound card. So this is the image of sound card. So these are about input and output devices. Mouse, monitors, printers. So all about input and output devices. Thank you.